What's going on, vibers? It's your boy J.S. Vaughn. And guess what, y'all? We back with another one. Today's track is called Peruvian Cocaine and whatnot by your boy Immortal Technique and whatnot. Yo, this sounds deep already, yo. Before I even before when I while I was reading the titles and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a whopper. You know what I mean? So let's jump right into it, fam. Let's go. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
Show problem, Alex. I'll show you my problem.
Scarface, one of my favorite movies. I told y'all guys that over and over again. One of my favorite movies. Let's go.
So what's your problem, Alex? I'll show you my problem.
I've heard whispers about the financial support your government receives from the drug industry.
Well, the irony of this, of course, is that this money, which is in the billions, is coming from your country. You see, you are the major purchaser of our national product, which is, of course, cocaine.
On one hand, you're saying the United States government is spending millions of dollars to eliminate the
You hear this shit, and the funny thing about it is like that clip from the movie and whatnot. That rings a freaking that at the time that was 100% truthful what the fuck was going on. You know what I mean?
On one hand, you're saying the United States government is spending millions of dollars to eliminate the flow of drugs onto our streets. At the same time, we are doing business with the very same government that is flooding our streets with cocaine.
See? Let me show you a few of the other characters that are involved in this tragic comedy.
I'm on the border of Bolivia, working for pennies, treated like a slave. The coca fields have to be
Ooh, and they used the beat too. And he used the beat too. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Border of Bolivia, working for pennies, treated like a slave. The coca fields have to be ready to
and he talking about like the people that's working the freaking the cocaine the cocoa fields and the coca films and whatnot. They basically are freaking motherfuckers that are treated like slaves and shit. They get paid. They don't get paid a lot of freaking money and whatnot, and that's what they do. You know what I mean? To support their family.
Bolivia, working for pennies, treated like a slave. The coca fields have to be ready. The spirit of my people is starving, broken and sweaty, dreaming about revolution, looking at my machete. But the workload is too heavy to rise up in arms. And if
You heard that? The workload is too heavy to the workload is too heavy to rise up in arms and shit. Cause it's like, yo, the work has to get done and whatnot, and at the end of the day and whatnot, there's not enough freaking energy to freaking be spent after freaking working to freaking fight what's going on and whatnot.
revolution, looking at my machete. But the workload is too heavy to rise up in arms. And if I ran away, I know they'd probably murder my moms.
Exactly.
So I pray that
you see that? If I run away, that's the second thing I wanted to say, but I didn't want to freaking jump into that. You know what I mean? A lot of times when these people are working the fields and whatnot, they know everybody's history and shit. You know what I mean? And them motherfuckers, and when those motherfuckers are not like they're like mafia members and shit that own these freaking these fields and whatnot. So if you don't work and whatnot, yo, they'll go after your family and shit and drag you freaking back or give you a reason to go back. So there's no running away from what you got to do. You just got to freaking do it, you know?
To rise up in arms, and if I ran away, I know they'd probably murder my moms. So I pray to Jesucristo when I go to the mission, process the cocaine paste and play my position.
Okay, listen, Juan Valdez, just get me my product before we chop off your hands for workers' misconduct. I got the power to shoot a copper and not get charged, and it would be sad
that
to see
shit.
your
I got the freaking power to shoot a copper and not get charged. Come on, man.
workers' misconduct. I got the power to shoot a copper and not get charged. And it would be sad to see your family in front of a firing squad. So to feed your kids, I need these bricks. 40 tons in total, let me test it indeed. Shit, this is good. Pass me a tissue and don't worry about them. I paid off the official.
Yo, it's on.
You said, yo, shit, man. This is good. Pass me a tissue. He had to snort that shit up. Oh man, this is I mean, like I said, like this is one thing that I always say about Immortal technique and whatnot. When I'm listening to him, it's just the storytelling is like so vivid that you can just sit back, relax, and watch and whatnot. But due to the fact that I'm doing a reaction, I have to freaking share my expressions and whatnot. So let's go.
Don't come as a challenge. I'm the son of some of the phallus, elected by my people. The only one in it's
My bad.
This is good. Pass me a tissue and don't worry about them. I paid off the official.
Yo, it don't come as a challenge. I'm the son of some of the phallus, elected by my people. The only one on the ballot, born and bred to consort with feds.
You see, these are actual footages and whatnot of what the fuck's going on and whatnot.
I laugh at fate and assassinate my predecessor to have his place in a third world fashion state. Lock the nation with 90% of the wealth and 10% of the population. A Central Intelligence Agency takes weight faithfully. The finest type of China white and cocaine you'll see.
Honey, I'm home. Never mind when your bank account suddenly grown. It's funny, we're so out of this debt for this money we owe with ya. When have I told you that I had two governments overthrown to keep our son enrolled in a private school and to keep our tummy swollen? Come on, our fucking home was built on a foundation of bloody throats, a hungry stone.
He said, yo, come on. Our fucking home was built on a foundation of bloody throats and shit. You know, and all everything he's saying is fucking facts, man. Let's go.
Come on, our fucking home was built on a foundation of bloody throats, a hungry stolen of their souls. Of course this country's running coke. I took a stunning oath to
He said, of course this country's running coke.
throats, a hungry stolen of their souls. Of course this country's running coke. I took a stunning oath to hush the ones you know. The CIA conducts the flow for these young hustlers that lust for
I
dough.
do work in the hood, hit my connect. That's what's really good and supply work to the hood. These suits fucking crack me up. Scrutinize like we inferior. Petrified when we meet in my area. My crew will shoot till I say so. You got the loot.
Yo, this right here, this fucking right here reminds me of freaking The Wire. The way they the way he sets up the structure and whatnot. If you ever watch the freaking complete freaking all the seasons of The Wire and whatnot, this right here is like the freaking, this is like the layout of this song and whatnot. It's just mad dope.
Hustlers that lust for
I
dough.
do work in the hood, hit my connect. That's what's really good and supply work to the hood. These suits fucking crack me up. Scrutinize like we inferior. Petrified when we meet in my area.
He said, yo, man, these suits, these dudes fucking crack me up. They just basically think that we're inferior and whatnot and petrified when we meet in our area. Calm down. It's like
Fucking crack me up. Scrutinize like we inferior. Petrified when we meet in my area. My crew will shoot till I say so. You got the loot, give me the yay yay. Like Ice Cube, so don't play with my yay yo. We won't stop you bastards. My street scramblers, chop it and bag it.
Taking pictures and tapping phones, debating snitches and cracking codes. Fast to cuff or blast the foe on any hustler stacking dough. Just pump and crack a blow. And my overtime is where your taxes go. Or gain your trust, get you to hand wait to us. Cause we paid up front on the low with cameras taping ya. Getting pop away, the prison sentence is doomed. Make the collar to leave with 2 keys
Out the evidence room went my fame. Truck, boat, or plane, they watching you. You think you got work? They copping too. We control blocks. They lock countries and own companies. We had nice cars and sneaker money. Now it's players out there talking about they holding. With bucks in their house like they down south with windows open. Your dough ain't long. You wrong. You take shorts and soon. Feds will be up in your mouth like forks and spoons.
Wow.
So enjoy the rush. Live plush off coke bread. Soon you'll be in a cell with me like Jenny Lopez. And it's
he said, hold up, man. So enjoy your rush, live plush, off coke bread. Soon you'll be in a cell with me like Jenny Lopez. Hold up, man. Jenny Lopez starred in 20. Oh my gosh, let's go, man. That. Okay, I get it. Let's go.
Live plush off coke bread. Soon you'll be in a cell with me, like Jenny Lopez. In the school, I was a bully. Now life is fully a joke. I keep afloat on a boat for Peruvian coke. Players do favors for governors and tax makers. Fat Quakers smoke crack and sex acts with bad mayors. The walls got ears. You big mouths probably scared.
You heard that, man? That was an actual factor, man. Peruvian coke. Players do favor for players do favors for governors and tax marks. Fat Quakers smoke crack and sex acts with bad mayors and whatnot. Yo, you see that shit, yo? That shit actually happened, bro.
Quakers smoke crack and sex acts with bad mayors. The walls got ears. You big mouths probably scared. Not prepared to do years like Javier. The story just told is an example of the path that drugs take on their way to every neighborhood.
You see what I said, man? I nailed it. That right there, it just basically freaking showed you the freaking waves going from where the freaking drug starts and whatnot, and how it freaking gets this burst through all the neighborhoods and places and whatnot, and what it actually. Well, it doesn't go in detail like The Wire does, but it's the same kind of freaking it's the same type of freaking roundabout way of showing what they're showing, you know?
In every state in this country, it's a lot deeper than the niggas on your block. So when they point the finger at you, brother man, this is what you gotta tell them.
I'm not guilty. You're the one who's guilty.
Nino Brown!
The politicians, the Colombian drug lords, all you who lobby against making drugs legal, just like you did with alcohol during the Prohibition. You're the one who's guilty. I mean, come on, let's kick the ballistics here. Ain't no Uzis made in Harlem. I mean, not one of us in here owns a poppy field.
Yeah, that's facts right there, yo. That's facts. Let's go.
This thing is bigger than
Immortal technique.
This is big business.
He said this shit is bigger than Immortal technique.
This is the American way.
You heard it, man. This is business, man. This is the American way. You know what I mean? Yo, anyways, man. This track right here, man. This track right here is on point. You know what I mean? Like I said before, if you ever watch an episode of The Wire and whatnot, and if you never watch it, I really recommend you watch that whole series and whatnot. It's still on HBO and whatnot. Every freaking episode is bars, and it's all factamundo. You know what I mean? Get a learning experience from that. Yo, anyways, definitely love this track and whatnot. I like the energy that is coming from, and due to the fact it put Scarface on that, it put my favorite movie on there too, so it rises to the top of my list. You know what I mean? But anyways, yo, definitely dope energy coming out of it. Facts Mundo, you could look all that shit up, is true. You know what I mean? So what else? If you guys feeling this track like I'm feeling it, you know what I mean? You already know what to do. Put it down there in the comment section and tell me what your favorite part of the track was and whatnot. If you guys want more tracks from Immortal Technique and whatnot, put it down there in the comments all day long and whatnot. I get to it as soon as possible. Or any other type of videos, put it down there in the comment section as well. I'll get to it as soon as possible. This right here is my motherfucking thumb. I need y'all to take y'all motherfucking thumbs and throw it all the way up to the sky and smack that like button and whatnot. You know what I mean? Show me some love and support in that way. Another way, you guys, to show me some love and support is by subscribing to the channel right down there all day long. And that's about it. I'm going to check you guys out next time on the next video. Peace out, one love, and I'm out. You already know, fam. Let's go.